Boulder Vlog, June 15th, 2020, Monday, 1:22 p.m. Just called my mother and the call failed. So I do video. Got up not too long ago. Maybe I was up, till 3 or 4, but I think I slept a lot. I stopped because I was tired, more because I was just tired of working than because I was sleepy, but I did fall asleep pretty quickly. And slept in, slept as much as I wanted, and started working. So I'm like just floating through the time-space contiguous, like a whale floats through the ocean. Because I'm like working on something that takes a long time, So the depthness is such that I cannot see the bottom or the end of it. And luckily for me, same thing with my entertainment as I do it. Reefer's cheap. Like reefer's way cheap. I was getting half ounces. No, I was getting ounces for $45, but that was kind of like shaky. And they were only having indica, and indica just knocks you out. Like I usually get sativa, but then when I had to get the indica, next thing I know, you smoke it and then you're just like, but then with sativa, and it's true, like there's a difference, because I didn't know. It took me, like, because I was only getting sativa because you get high. So you get back on sativa and you're like, all right. But with my entertainment, with my videos, I'm listening to Common Descent podcast. It's awesome. These two dudes, just two paleontologists talking about the all the different ancient animals, and they usually talk about an hour. Their videos are an hour and a half, but they usually don't start until a half hour in because they do their news. So I just drag it to 30 minutes and then listen to like a couple of minutes of their news. Then they get into the animal, but so I listen to that. It's totally awesome. There's just lots of things I'm interested in knowing about dinosaurs, like how many there are, like compared to now, and if there's more, then how many more, and where does the Cenozoic animals last in there and stuff. So I've got two things, and I think they have a lot of videos too, like there are a whole bunch of them, so it's good. I need, it's going to take forever. Oh, plus I have 3 more weeks, I think, 3 more weeks, including this week, until my fiance Kirsten comes. So that's enough time to do a lot. So basically what I'm doing with my website is adding I got really high, that's why. Fonts to all the different animals, and that's what I'm doing now. And also a lot of the animals, I can't even remember how I did it. My memory is shoddy. I copied and pasted from Wikipedia all these different, all the different categories of animals, and so a lot of them are really big, so I have to kind of read through and just chop out all the extraneous stuff in a lot of these, and then go in there again and add the fonts. So. And I haven't even really totally decided how I'm going to organize families. I have the genuses and the species, but then you have families, and I have them the same font. Actually, I know how I'm gonna. It's all the font divided between. I think I may have talked about this in my other video, but based on where animals live, and they don't. It's interesting that there's super orders. But when you look at Wikipedia doesn't ever show super orders. When they show the clades on the right, they only show order. But I have it divided by super order because that's how many I could divide into my top part. I was like, okay, mammals. Can you divide it into like 3? And oh look, yeah, you can. But then I researched what those actually were, and it's divided by where they're from. So that's pretty badass. So, you know, like you have the mammals, you have marsupials, monotremes, and placental mammals. But monotremes and marsupials are like just represent a tiny fraction of the animals. So you would want to, most of the animals are the placental mammals. So you would want to divide placental mammals. So I divided placental mammals into Aphrotheria, Xenartha, Laurentia, and Eurontia. Okay. Now those don't show up on Google. Those are superorders. Like orders are crazy. They have like 7 different clades categories for orders and families, and yeah, maybe some others too. So it's a super order, so it doesn't show up on Wikipedia. But anyways, those are the ones that are divided by place. Aphrotheria, animals from Africa. Laurenthesia, animals from Asia. Laurenthesia, Asia/Europe. Asia, Europe, Eurasia. Laurenthesia. Animals from Xenartha, South America. And marsupials and monotremes are Australia and Southeast Asia. Now, I didn't notice anything from America, so they're saying it's Xenartha was North and South America, but what about North America before it connected with South America? So that's just a big old question I have. I should, you know what? I'm gonna ask these guys. I'm gonna comment, see if they can figure it out. So that's pretty cool. So you have all of the mammals divided between where they come from. Because what happened was the comet hit, killed all the dinosaurs, and so now there is just this huge void in the ecosystem. So all the animals could run wild, all that were before little shrew-sized little animals hiding in the leaves and the holes and the trees can now get outside because there's no dinosaurs to eat them. So when that happened, just so happened that all the different continents were their own continents. They were like island continents. They were all separated. North America was separated from South America. South America, they were separated from Africa, was separated from everything. India was separated from everything. Eurasia was its own island, and Australia was its own island. And I think Australia and Antarctica were one island. So they could all, when the mammals developed, they all developed individually. And so that's why there's so much diversification. That's why you have egg-laying mammals and like mammals with pouches. So yeah, the marsupials and monotremes evolved completely independently from rats into saber-toothed tigers. They had their saber-toothed tigers, like saber-tooth. They look just like saber-toothed tigers, same size, same shape. And they evolved even though there was no connection with the saber-toothed tigers in America. They, since 65 million years ago, since they were little rats. And they ended up evolving, looking the same because of just, that's what the evolutionary niche kind of chiseled them into. So, oh yeah, and then Aphrotheria, they're animals from Africa, so that's why you have like elephant shrews, or little rat-sized elephants with trunks, and then they grow up into big elephants. It's just its own line. And then you know, and then of course the sloths, they're their own thing, with their own metabolism. And the armadillos, those really slow, walking around with shells. So I haven't really thought about it that much, but just they have just their own kind of, maybe you could say, philosophy about life. So that'd be interesting. I want to explain that. But and then I didn't know exactly remember when, but yeah, I wanna go and look in the map and see. You can use my timeline. You can look around and see, because I have like images for the position of the plates along the time, but maybe like 30 million years ago, all of the continents connected again, and so that they could all, you know, like horses who started in America could then migrate into Africa and become zebras. Elephants could migrate out of Africa all over the world, except for Australia and all that stuff. So, yeah, so anyways, what I'm doing now is, man, my tongue is bone dry. Actually, no, not bone dry, but just dry. I'm going to, yeah, continue right now with the, just adding links. I mean, adding fonts. I'm working on a page right now. I think it's on the 300 million years back one, where it's just super basic. Like I'm just cutting words out and adding, just cutting, just unboldening and unitalicizing, because on Wikipedia they bold and they italicize. And so luckily, you know, I'm seeing from this editing that it's going to be quite easy. It's going to be easy for me to edit them down so that they actually fit, because I can see with each one if it fits or not. So, and I'm editing them all individually anyway. So I think I'm gonna call my mom again, and I'm gonna have to get something to eat. I need to clean my room, but I don't know. Maybe I go a little bit more on this. I'm just going with the flow, you know. I'm riding the wave. I'm like, it's taken a long time, but I'm going, oh wow, this is interesting. This podcast make it interesting for me, and the designing. I can see that it might be possible to do a really good job of explaining how the evolutionary works on the timeline, like especially on the horizontal part of the timeline. After I edit in this vertical part, I'm gonna go put all these guys in the vertical up on the horizontal, or at least, I don't know how many I can fit. Maybe I can fit all of them. We'll see. Okay, enough talking. Talk to you tomorrow.